there. Hello, and welcome. It's me, Susie Bowers at HypnoProfessional Publishing. And today, I just want to ask you a quick question. Would you like to know my secrets for finding clients? Clients that are willing to pay you, clients that want to work with you, and the kind of clients that you want to work with. So thanks for joining me today for our Thursday afternoon little tips and tricks in the hypnotherapy and coaching business. And if you're a holistic practitioner or even have a brick and mortar business, this will apply to you as well. So thank you for joining me. I'm Susie Bowers. And if you're watching live, just thank you for joining me. Just go ahead and drop me a little note. I'm going to make a little note here. Drop me a little note down below. Say hi and let me know where you're streaming from. I am streaming live to you right now from Stockton, California, from my office here at California Hypnosis Center. I have been a hypnotherapist and coach for 25 years. 25 years. I can't even believe it. And a half, going on 26. So today, what I want to give you is I've got 5 or 6 tips on how to get clients and the HypnoProfessional 6-figure success system and blueprint to show you how I have stayed number 1 on a Google search for hypnosis in my town, in my area, for at least 15 years. And I've done all of that organically. I've not ever spent a single dime on online advertising, believe it or not. I invest my money in my systems, and that it's way more cost effective compared to like the old days. Remember Yellow Pages and stuff like that? I used to spend $4, $5, $6, I remember one time $700 a month on Yellow Page ads, just so people could find me in all of the county around me and all the little towns around me. It was crazy. And that was 15, 20 years ago until I figured out the formula online. So I didn't have to spend that anymore. I invest that money in self-development and my systems online that are basically way more cost effective than that. So let's get started, shall we? All right. Thanks for joining me. And if you're watching the replay, let me know you're watching the replay. If you'd like to get the show notes from this, then let me know. I have a smart building. My building is smart and it's way smarter than me. And the lights just all came on for no reason whatsoever. So anyways, now it's super bright. All right, let's pop this little training in here. And I'm just going to check our technology. It looks like it's working, so we are good to go. All right, here. So here is my presentation here. So at least five, I'm going to give you more than 5 probably, proven ways to attract more clients. And my secret to how I stay on Google at number 1 for the last 15 years. So here we go. This is me, just in case you were wondering. So I'm the owner of California Hypnosis Center and Academy in Stockton, California. And I've worked with thousands of clients. My niche is smoking cessation. That is kind of what I'm known for. However, everyone comes to me when I focus down on one thing that I became the expert on. It made a huge difference in my business. It instantly just took off. So I highly recommend you focus in on one niche because it's how you're going to figure out who your ideal client is. So clients are everywhere. They're everywhere. So you just have to be aware of that. And, if you're a little bit introverted, that's okay because you can do a lot of this stuff online where you're not so out in the public. Now, I am like borderline extroverted. And so I like to get out and network and do things like that. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Obviously, some things changed. The way to network is a little bit different than it was since the whole shutdowns and all that malarkey. So anyway, there are certain things you have to know, key things you need to know in order to connect with your ideal client. So first of all, who do you serve? I talked about this a couple of weeks ago in my last training. Who do you serve and what keeps them up at night? And first and foremost, what do you love doing? I mean, we're talking about that in a minute too. So you got to know what you like. What's your superpower, your special gift that makes you excited about life? And then you get clear on who you serve doing what you love doing. And what keeps them up at night, what is in their head, and then you want to find out how desperate are they to solve this problem, how urgent is it. And if it's super urgent and you know how to find that urgency, then people will pay you whatever you charge. It doesn't matter what you charge, because if they're serious about solving their problem, they're going to come to you and hire you. All right. So who is this person? Get inside their lives and what they value, and what will they have to do to work with you? So sorry, I was just checking on something. So what will they have to believe about their problem in order to work with you? So getting really clear on their beliefs about what's involved in working with you and solving their problem. All right, here we go. Let's continue on here. All right, so I talked about this a little bit. What is your special ninja gift? What do you like to do? Are you a past life regression fanatic? You love helping people discover that they've been here in other lifetimes, and maybe um, how other lifetimes are interfering with this lifetime, that sort of thing? Or do you love helping people stop smoking and saving their lives? Or right now, a great niche to get into. I've had 3 calls in the last 2 days for anxiety. So if you like to help people, it's a huge market right now. You can't even get in to see a psychologist. It's nearly impossible. They are even saying, I've called several on their messages, that they are not taking new patients. That's how busy it is right now. People are suffering. So that would be a great niche for you. But what do you enjoy doing? I do love helping people get over depression and anxiety, because I experienced it, and that's how I became a hypnotherapist. So it's one of my key go-to things I love to help people with. But so what is the favorite aspect of your profession as a coach, as a hypnotherapist? Do you like working with business people? Do you like working with entrepreneurs? Do you like working with moms? You like working with executive moms? I mean, there's any area you can focus in on, and there's plenty of business for everyone. In fact, yesterday I interviewed Sabine Charles, and hypnosis is not her main thing, but she is definitely a coach, and she helps people with hypnosis to pass their exams and get certified in the financial industry. What a huge, great niche that is. And she goes out and trains people and talks about mindset and all that. So what gets you excited to jump out of bed in the morning? And who needs that service? Now, what's really cool today is doing research on our target market is really easy because of Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. It's all there. All the information you could possibly want to know who your market is just sitting right there. You just have to go dig around a little bit and start talking to people, which we're going to talk about that in just a minute. All right. So once you know those things, once you know who your client is, your ideal client, who you serve, and what gets you excited to get out of bed, then you can start attracting those people to you by your message. So one of the ways you can do that is to do a demonstration. So get somebody that you're maybe a friend or a family member or a neighbor or whatever that's willing to work with you and actually do a hypnosis demonstration. This could be at an event. So you could be going to a local event, Chamber of Commerce, be the presenter at their Lunch and Learn monthly to talk about mindset. So if you focus on executives, entrepreneurs, corporate businesses where you can relieve stress or whatever, then you want to do demonstrations and get into the chambers of commerce, that sort of thing, where you at the Lunch and Learns or other events where you get a chance to open up conversations. So speaking is huge. One of the areas of coaching and hypnosis that's really important is education. We have to educate our clientele. We have to educate them on what this is and how it's going to benefit what areas. Their sales team, how it's going to benefit the stress levels and the work environment when people know how to relieve stress, how it's going to help when you help people stop smoking, and that's going to translate into lower costs for them for insurance and that sort of thing. So speaking, really important. How does the mind work? What is it all about? And once we educate people, they understand it's not all that weird woo-woo stuff, that it's actually scientifically based, then it's easy to attract clients. It just is. So my suggestion is, if you're not a good speaker, use your hypnotherapy on yourself. Find a good hypnotherapist. Go join a Toastmasters club, which is also another great way to attract clients, because you're going to meet people in Toastmasters that can benefit from your services as well. But go there and learn how to be an effective and fabulous speaker. Bring your great energy into it and educate people on the power of their mind. Talk about hypnosis online. Start a group and invite people to join it. And then each week do a little live video. We'll talk about live in just a minute, which is what I'm doing right here. Do a little live video where you talk about the power of the mind and give beautiful suggestions and tips. Do a demonstration, like do a group hypnosis session, that sort of thing. And networking. I'm always been a huge networker out in my community, and I even go to some other towns to network and love it. You just get more exposure, opportunities to speak and meet those ideal clients, or even make new friends. You can find power partners when you're networking. So it may not be about just attracting clients, but you may get a chance to talk to that power partner that goes, hey, I know people that I can refer you to you. And then you help each other. And you can also have social media power partners where you share on each other's timelines what you're doing and inspirational things. So I'm a huge fan of networking, but there's a trick to networking. There's a system to that, which I train you in the Susie Bowers 6-Figure Success System. I actually do training on how to properly network and talk to people. We don't want to be slamming our business cards and our events on people. We just want to open up conversations. My whole thing, and I'm just going to share a quick tip here, is when you're networking, let's say you're at a Chamber of Commerce event, a mixer, an awards event even, or you get involved in even your community service. You want to be gathering business cards, not handing them out. Now, if someone asks you for one, great, then give them one. But if other than that, you want to be connecting with people where they're at and showing that you care about them. And then the key is in the follow-up, which is part of the training that I give in the 6-Figure Success System. All right. Now, okay, so in order to connect with the perfect client or power partner that might know the perfect client for you, open up a conversation. Get clear on your message first so that you know how you're coming across to other people. Practice this and practice it with a friend. So if somebody says, well, what do you do? Get clear on your message. Now, we used to call this the elevator speech, but you want to tone it down. I used to just drive me nuts. People are like, well, I work with this person and I do this and that, and it just comes across too salesy or too I don't know, computerized, too mechanical. I don't know. So, but you want to get clear on your message, but it needs to be delivered really sweetly in a way that's going to open up curious questions. Like, well, what do you mean you help people with that? So it needs to be simple and concise, and use it to open up a conversation if somebody asks you what you do. Otherwise, you're not telling them what you do. Be engaging, be hypnotic, look in their eyes, smile, connect with their heart, ask curious questions about them, and curious questions that may push their hot button if you decide that they are an ideal client. And offer something of value that's just something, I think something might help you. And then, like I said, when you're networking, whether it's online or offline, get their information and follow up. And I put that 3 times here, but I'm going to say it 2 more times. Follow up. And that means continuing to engage. Get your system in place. Remember what system stands for: saving yourself stress, time, energy, and money. So you want to have a follow-up system, and that even includes snail mail and sending out a nice little card of thank you. You cannot believe what a huge effect that has on people. So following up is really the key to the whole thing. So build the relationship. Everything that I teach you about and talk about is building the relationship. And that includes on your website, your blog, your social media, your e-newsletter blast, and all that. So first of all, you want to let people know that you care. Reach out in private messenger. So if you're surfing around on social media and you're looking for groups that let's say you're a smoking, I'm just going to use this as an example. Let's say you're a smoking cessation specialist. So where are smokers hanging out? They're hanging out in groups that are ways to quit smoking. So it might be the Nicorette page, or it might be, just go in there and start looking around. I found one that said stop smoking, and there's all these people in there talking about how hard it is to stop smoking. Do you think that would be a great place for you to hang out and give some tips and say, hey, I'm really sorry that you're struggling with that. I know how hard that could be. Did you know that hypnosis could really help with that? And then private message them. Say, like for me, I wrote a little book called Ways to Quit Smoking. And I can say, hey, I saw that you're struggling to quit smoking. It's something I specialize in. Could I send you a copy of my book? Shazam. And then a copy of the book has your website in it. And yes, you can do sessions online. So it doesn't really matter anymore if you're in your office like I am. Anyway, so reach out in private messenger, say hello, just be polite. Hi, I saw you there. I thought it was cool what you said. Then offer something of value if they respond to you. Then if you can, by any means possible, get them off social media and into your list. So now my book I was talking about is actually physically available on Amazon, but I certainly could send it in a PDF format. So I get their email address, right? Say, hey, I'm happy to email this to you if you'd like a copy of it. It's on Amazon, but I'm happy to send it to you for free. Get them off social media and into your list. Now, my little secret for being number one on Google for 15 years, and I'm not kidding. So I did a screenshot of this so you could see it. So right there, hypnotherapy services, you can see all I did was type in Hypnosis Stockton. This is a little secret that you need to know for your website, which is one of the services that we provide at HypnoProfessional. Is making sure that your website gets found on Google for what you do. So right here, you can see right away, I'm at the top of Google search for Hypnosis Stockton. Now I'm on the top 3 for all sorts of different searches on Google. But I just wanted to do this one right now because I use Hypnosis Stockton in my hashtags on social media as well. So it's really easy to find. And because of my social media, I'll also show up, my Facebook pages will also show up in here as well. And I can't show you everything, but if you scroll down there to the third one, so you see the one in between Evergreen, they're not even in business anymore. So they're still there. And there was another one as well that was also not in business. There are some others around here, but you can see this is completely organic. There are no ads here. This is just me and Google Maps, which is another key on your website. You need to have your Google Maps address because Google loves that. So there I am, California Hypnosis Center and Academy. And then the third one, Stop Smoking. Although the address is incorrect and I need to change that, that is also me because we moved from March Lane to Grand Canal. So I've got to get in there and change that. But Stop Smoking, that's also me. Pretty cool, huh? So how did I do that? I'm going to show you one more picture here. So if you scroll down on the same page a little bit, up above that was hypnotherapy, highly recommended or whatever. I also show up first on that, California Hypnosis Center, and then scroll down a little bit more. And here I am at the very top of all of the listed hypnotherapy places in this part of the list. So California Hypnosis Center, you can see it again. And if you keep scrolling, you'll find more of me in here. But that's SusieBowers.com, and that's the main domain of that website. All right. So the secret, how do I do it? Well, it has to do with my 6-figure success system. And so the success system is very simple. So I'm just going to recap here really quick. Get clear on your target market. Who do you serve? Because you're not serving anyone, and you're not going to attract anyone to your business if you're not clear on who you serve. Lead capture, website, and blog. This is the key to everything you do. You want to get people back to your website and off social media, and your blog articles are going to help make that happen, because you write your blog article, then you're going to go ahead and share that on social media, and that's going to drive people back to your blog website where they can then get their free goodie. Now, this is a sneaky way. Not everybody will sign up for your newsletter this way. It's not pushy. It's just sharing information. People like to read articles on things that they care about, but you can't write the article if you don't know who you serve. So you have to get clear on who your target market is. And you want to keep, it's great to have one. It's okay if you have a couple, especially if it's in alignment with the other one. So for example, let's say I focus on weight loss. I can talk about weight loss and tips for staying healthy. I could also talk about herbs and vitamins as well that might help to alleviate stress that could cause weight gain, that sort of thing. I could even, so you can do complementary things on your blog, because that's your place to just write about whatever. But you still want to keep it what we call client facing, meaning that your articles are talking to the person that you're trying to attract into your business. But it's this system of posting the blog post and getting people off of social media and back to my website is one of the secrets to keeping my business on top of Google. So again, get clear and concise in your message. And then this one, number 4 here, schedule inspirational graphics daily on social. Now, some people will tell you that that's a waste of time. I am here I'm swearing by it. I am swearing by it, because this was the only thing I did for a long time. Inspirational graphics. I can go schedule 10 of those in a row for 10 days. I can schedule them. They go out automatically. Guess what happens? People love inspiration, so they share them. They share them with their friends. They'll share them on their own profile. They'll share them in their groups. And this is giving you huge traction, especially if you put in your hashtags and your copywriting that's engaging and it makes them want to read it. There's a little bit of secret to that. But even if you were just to do the graphics with your domain name down in the bottom, real small. I mean, you're not trying to be salesy here. But what it does is it gets people to search you. Now, if I was going to go into Facebook, for example, so I spend a lot of time on Facebook. I like Facebook. It's just easy for me to engage in Facebook. But on Facebook, if you're scheduling every single day, you start to go up in the Facebook algorithms. And when that happens, people will search for you in Facebook. Facebook has become its own search engine. So people will look for you. Sometimes it's Instagram too, and I'm still learning Instagram. I'm putting a little bit out there, but people will search for you based on your hashtags and the fact that you're posting all the time. Facebook loves that. And so then you start to also show up in Google search under your Facebook page, which is really cool. All right, so that's a simple way to do it. And you can even hire someone to do that. We have a system for that where we will post your inspirational graphics for 6 months. So you never even have to think about it again. And we create it all for you and everything. So if you want to do something like that, let me know. All right, and then systems, again, this is all about having these systems. Once you get the pieces in place, it takes a little setup and time to get it just right. And once you do, it's just wash, rinse, repeat, and then you can focus on what you do best, and that's seeing clients. And then the last tip I have is going live on social. Now, this is huge. Live video is the thing these days, and all of the search engines, all of the social media platforms love live video. And Reels now. Reels is really big too, doing simple Reels. And actually, there's a way that you can get paid to do Reels on Facebook. They are competing with TikTok and Instagram, and they're trying to be the best at it. So Reels on Instagram and Facebook are also a great way to not only make extra money, but it's reaching out to your ideal clients. They're going to see you there. People love watching fun Reels. It's very cool. It's a little intimidating at first, I'll admit. I did it and I was like, oh my God. So my coach, she's helping me do that too. All right, here's the 6-figure blueprint right here. This is what's going to bring it all together. Okay, this is kind of a rough draft of the 6-figure blueprint, but you get the idea. All right. And if you like this, let me know. Post a comment, drop a comment below, or just drop a note. Say, Love it. If you're getting any good nuggets out of it, do hashtag nugget and what the nugget is. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear questions as well. All right, Hypno Professional six-figure success blueprint. So first of all, we want to brand you as the expert, and that's what we've been talking about for some time here, is getting clear on who your ideal client is, and then we're going to make you the expert in that area. So people will recognize you as such. They will have no problem hiring you and paying you. The riches are in the niches. We've all heard that. So we want to start with one area. You can always expand from there. Believe me, you're going to get other people, even though you're going to be known as the expert in happiness expert, whatever. And then your website. So your website is going to be kind of your hub. It's your hub with everything. Now we build you a beautiful branded website. We'll teach you how to brand everything you're doing so it all looks consistent and congruent. Your website is not just a website. Things have changed. It's a lead capture website. So that means we also have to incorporate your CRM, your lead capture opt-in box where you're giving something of value to get people to opt into your email list. Now, websites are a little different. It doesn't have to be this ginormous thing with all these bells and whistles. It really just needs to be 2 or 3 pages at the most, sales page, some information about you, some testimonials, and your blog. And then, of course, contact, your opt-in box, your contact form, and Google Maps and the keywords. That's really what it's all about. From there, you can expand if you're doing an online retreat, a summit, a group, or anything like that. We can create special pages just for those kinds of things. So your website is key to that. And that's how you're going to show up on Google. Obviously, you have to have a website. And then everything is going to be pointing to your opt-in box and your free gift. So you see how that all comes around to that center thing. And the whole point of that is to get people into your email list, because let's face it, you don't own social media. And last summer, Facebook went down. And so like right now, I'm running this live video. And if Facebook goes down, for some of us, our business is just gone. It's wiped out. As long as they're down, we don't own that. We've lost all. What if we lost all our contacts when they went down? We'd have to start all over. So, and through your email list, you can email people and say, hey, oh gosh, looks like Facebook's down, so I can't be there today. But I just wanted to let you know I'm thinking about you and I will be back. And if you want to find out more, give me a call. There's with your own email list, you own it. And that way you can continue to stay in touch with people. All right. So let's go down to the bottom, your weekly, bi-monthly, or monthly e-newsletter. So that's what the opt-in box is all about. Staying in touch through email. And we talked about Messenger because that's another way to stay in touch with people and reach out personally. You can always use a VA to do it, but you can start out doing it yourself personally. Even if you reached out to 5 people a day, it's going to make a difference. But your newsletter, you can send out. If your audience is highly engaged with you because you've been building the relationship, you're going to get opens on your newsletter. Now, lately, the open rates haven't been as great, but with our system, I've been noticing 17, 20, and even 30% open rates because of the system of building the relationship and click-throughs to the website, event or even a sales page. So there is a secret to doing this. I suggest from now on, weekly is better. But even if you're just doing a monthly newsletter and being consistent, that makes a difference. Some of our clients, even with just a monthly newsletter, are getting 20% open rates and click-throughs to their special offers. But twice a month and weekly is even better. So, and if you're going to do it that way, you want to do a week of just value, some tips, your blog posts, like you're maybe doing a blog. You can do a blog every week, actually. And so just offering value with no offer. And then the second time, make an offer. Tips, offer. Tips, offer. So you don't come across as salesy. I know most of us don't want to come across as salesy in our business, but let's face it, we are in sales. That's the truth. We don't make money if nobody shows up. So excuse me here just 1 second. I just want to read this. I didn't know if you could see this Facebook Live inspirational posts, groups, and that sort of thing. So I moved it. I just wanted to get my frame out of the way here. Okay, so we talked about the weekly, bi-monthly newsletter, and then we also talked about speaking, networking, relationships, clients, and all of that. So again, when you're at a okay, I didn't talk about this though. Networking, gathering business cards, we talked about. What I didn't talk about is your speaking events and networking. So if you're doing a speaking event, you want to make sure and give away something for free so you can collect people's email addresses. You want to get them in your email list from your speaking event. If you're not doing that and you're not being paid, you're doing a free speaking event, then you are completely missing the boat. You're wasting your time. Don't even bother. Don't even bother doing it. I'm not kidding. Don't waste your time unless you're just going there to practice. But even with practice, you want to give away something for free to get people to give their email list, their email to you, their name, email, phone number. And then you want to follow up with them. And if you can get their address, even better. And I have them fill out a slip of paper. I give away a book. I give away a CD. But you could even give away something really of value. Something really of value. And then on the slip of paper, I actually have boxes. Yes, add me to your newsletter. Or the other box might say, yes, contact me. I want to know more about what you're doing. I have questions. And people check it. So then you follow up. You call them, you text them, you say, hey, just checking back with you. So anyway, that's what you want to do at speaking. Make sure your speaking events, if you're doing free events, is specifically designed to collect and gather contact information. Okay, we talked about this. Okay, let's talk about social media. So Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, all of it you want to be using to get people onto your list. But one of the things we haven't talked about is being client facing. So on all of your social media, when people go and see you, does it speak to them? So your information that you have there about who you are and what you do, is it saying, yes, I need this? Is it pointing out that you are the expert that can solve their problem? Very important, very key. And then Facebook Lives, I mentioned this a little bit. Groups, contests, challenges. You can do Facebook groups. You can do challenges. You can do summits. You can do special trainings, meditation group. I will share this with you. This has been a huge thing for me. I don't do it anymore because I don't need to. I just don't even have the time. But 15 years ago or so, I would have a meditation group once a week. I would do this about every other month or so. And I would invite people to come to my office for a meditation group one night a week. And they would bring their friends. And I would charge them for it. And I would say I'd give them a discount to pay it all up front. If they wanted to come and pay by the week, then I charged them more. And it wasn't cheap back then even. It was $25, $30 a meditation night. So it was cheaper for them to pay up front. So it always netted me at least an extra $2,000 a month doing that. And they'd bring their friends. And what would happen is at least one or two of the people in the group would want to work with me privately. So that is a great way doing group stuff. And now you can do it all online. It doesn't even have to be in person. I used to do it in person, but you can do something like that online and very effectively. All right, so that is the six-figure success blueprint. There are a lot of other little moving parts in there, but it's too much to go into right now. First of all and foremost, mindset. Now, I've heard a lot of coaches recently, really good ones too, saying that mindset is a bunch of hooey. And I'm like, well, we are in the business of mindset. That is what we are. If we were to break down, we can talk about all our specialties and everything, but we are in the business of changing people's minds. So first of all, we got to change our own. Our own mindset has to be in the right space. Are you in the mindset? Let me kind of explain that. Are you in the mindset of an entrepreneur, a business owner? Or are you in the mindset of someone that's like, oh, I can do all these airy-fairy things. And if I sit around and I meditate on the law of attraction and yeah, it'll come to me. And they'll come. I just trust in the universe. This is my life mission. No. That's what the other coach was saying. What I'm saying is you've got to change your mindset into a business owner. You are in business. You are in the business of coaching people and helping people. You're in the helping business, but it is a business. And so you've got to get clear on that there are actions you have to take. It means getting up and going to work at 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock and putting the pieces in place for a while, getting the systems in place, getting these pieces going so that then you can relax a little bit. But you've got to know your numbers. You've got to know what you have to know how much to charge. Let's face it. And you have to know how to answer the phone and talk to people and then convert those phone calls into clients or consultations, at the very least, a consultation. And then knowing how to take your intake form and convert that into a paying client. And there is a method to this. And if you don't learn those skills, you're just not going to be as successful. And that's just the bottom line. And that's where I see some hypnotherapists. It doesn't even matter what business you're in. I see in other industries where the ones that are not successful are not doing the follow-up, the phone calls, the systems. And the ones that are really successful have those things in place. They know how to talk to people. They know how to help someone make a good decision for themselves. So anyway, I wanted to just share this with you. It's one of my favorite things. I shared it last time, but I wanted to give it to you again because now I have it up here on PowerPoint. So every day I attract clients I enjoy working with who benefit from our work together and who can afford to pay me no matter what I charge. That has been my affirmation for a long time. Say it every day when you wake up and say it every night when you fall asleep. And that's the law of attraction. And that part works. But then you got to take the actions every day. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to make you a little offer here too. And I'm bringing this up every time because I really do want to help you create this success that I have had and more and even more. My hope for you is you far exceed what I've done. So I have an offer here to audit your systems. If you're ready to attract your ideal clients and you do desire 6 figures in your business or more, now $1 million hypnotherapy and coaching businesses are definitely very possible, but that's probably the top 1%. But you can definitely create a beautiful lifestyle freedom for yourself and your family while doing what you love and connecting with beautiful people and working part-time. It's very doable. So if you're struggling to get the pieces all together, I'm here for you. I know exactly what to do and I can have it up and running for you in a week. And if you're not getting traction from your website or social media, I can audit everything for you and give some suggestions and tips to get you up and running so you can do it yourself. All right, and I've got some other questions for you. Are you overwhelmed with your marketing? Are you unsure what your website and social media are actually supposed to be doing for you and why it's not? Are you ready to increase your visibility and be the brand? Are you ready to step up and step into your greatness? I hope so. I hope so. So would you like to make more money and work less? I'm all about lifestyle freedom. I love to be able to take my Friday afternoons off and do what I want. I love it. So your expert brand is what we're talking about. Okay. All right. So this is what I'm offering to you. It's a full audit and review of your whole system. And you get 2 half-hour, whatever it takes, consultations and coaching sessions with me. I straightened my teeth this last year and I can't hardly say S's anymore, which is tough when your name is Susie. Anyway, I'll help you get clear on who you serve and finding your ideal client, creating that avatar of who they are. And I'll review your website and your lead capture system to see how you're using that and what you're doing. I'll make some suggestions there. I'll look at your copywriting and your blog system and your social media, including Facebook and LinkedIn, to be sure that your message is client-facing. Your 6-figure success blueprint I will create for you with your next steps and suggestions on how you're showing up in the online marketplace. What do you really look like to the people outside looking for you? And you'll get exclusive training and tips for using live video to elevate your brand. I'll talk to you a little bit about that. And then bonus for taking action, we'll create 10 social media graphics for you, inspirational graphics with your domain name, and we'll give them to you so you can schedule those to post This is a huge value. So all of this together would be about $1,500. I'm giving you a special right now. So we can set up your six-figure foundations. The value of this is easily $1,500, and I'm going to give it to you for $495. So book your call with me. Go to HypnoProfessional.com. Go to the tab, Your Six-Figure Blueprint, and you can book a call with me to get started. I'll send you over the link to the survey because there's a lot of things I need to know about you. That's the first thing. So if that is something you're excited to do, please get on there and do it. I'd love to talk to you. And thank you for joining me so much. And I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching the replay, put replay below. And if you have any questions, I will reach out to you on Messenger and we'll address them. Any way I can help you, that's what I love to do. And that's why I created Hypno Professional Publishing. So I am Susie Bowers with Hypno Professional, and I look forward to seeing you soon. I'll be back next week, and I'm getting ready to invite you to a full-blown class. If you want to get on my email list, go to HypnoProfessional.com and jump on there. Also have a new book coming out, Empowered Women in Business. Very excited about that. It's a collaborative book, women all over the world, inspirational stories, entrepreneurs, amazing women, super exciting. So if you want to know about that, when that comes out, it's going to be released. We're going to have a special for that. We're going to ask for your help to help us go #1. Love to see you there. What else? So if you anyway, just let me know. I'm Susie Bowers. Great to see you here. Have a great rest of your day and weekend. And next week, join me for Everything Hypnosis on Wednesday at 11:11 Pacific time. I have kind of a cool interview next week, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're going to have to stay tuned. All right. See you later. Bye.